Um, I There's a lot to say. There's a lot to be said, and I'm gonna do my best to not raise my voice during this because that isn't warranted. And what do I mean by that? I mean that they don't deserve the energy that I would exert by getting loud. So I'm going to keep it down here as much as I can and do my best not to look over my left shoulder to watch Khalil Mack sack Aiden O'Connell 6 times. Here's the problem with everything that just unfolded. There are 2 teams that played on that field there that have a bunch of talent all over the field, that have the ability to win a lot of games in this league. And they both have terrible head coaches. Brandon Staley stinks. He's terrible. He keeps getting away with every single boneheaded decision. The worst of which being putting your franchise quarterback, who's making $1 bajillion, who's the only reason you have a head coaching job, under center with a splint on his hand to QB sneak it at your own 38-yard line, which of course didn't work. And why am I going after Brandon Staley? Because he wasn't the worst head coach out on that football field. You've got a rookie quarterback who's been hit so often in this game, who's bounced back from fumbling the football and getting rocked by one of the greatest Raiders ever in Khalil Mack. I don't care if he only played for a few seasons. And you got 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. How do you not hand the ball off 4 straight times? You finally figured out how to run the football with Josh Jacobs with those little, I'm going to throw it. Just kidding. Here's the ball, Josh. Finally opened it up. You figured something out, Josh. We're at the 5-yard line. Our offensive line's finally getting a little push. And you are going to throw the ball, roll out someone who's not very mobile, to hope that the pick play, which is a timing play, which was a terrible throw by a rookie 4th-rounder who hasn't played a single snap in the regular season until now, and you're not going to run the football at least 2 times. I'm getting loud, and I'm going to not be loud. That's the glaring issue with me right now is that play call. The other time where Devontae Adams scored a touchdown and Josh McDaniels didn't feel like challenging it or waiting to hear from the boys upstairs if it was a touchdown. So he rushed the quarterback sneak, which we didn't get, only to come out with one of the weirdest formations of all time with Jacoby Myers as a lead blocker. Good thing Josh Jacobs is the strongest person out on that field, or we wouldn't even been in position to win this football game. I understand why there was consideration for Brian Hoyer to be in this game. Not because he gave us the best chance to win, but because they didn't want Aiden O'Connell to get hit 7 times. And here's the most important thing we have to take away from this game, other than Josh McDaniels finally losing me as a fan. I am so out. I am so far out. Don't care if we win every other game. I've seen enough bad coaching decisions to know that when the lights are on in a Super Bowl, I don't trust him to make the right decision. The one thing to take away from this game is that Aiden O'Connell, despite getting hit 7 times and brought down and fumbling twice, was able to stand in there when we needed to go down the field and make a bunch of unbelievable throws in high-pressure situations. A rookie 4th-rounder. You think Jimmy Garoppolo would have been able to survive 7 sacks or Brian Hoyer? It didn't matter who was under center. Khalil Mack was going to get 6 sacks today. And what I saw from Aiden was that he was able to take his lumps, make the right read, save for the last pass. I know, it was a terrible pass. I'm not excusing him for that. Did that lose us the game? Maybe. I think it was a terrible, terrible dog shit play call. Run the football. Best running back in the league last year. 5-yard line, 1st and goal, more than 2 minutes to go. Timeouts, and you run a pick play. Aiden O'Connell, I would start him the rest of the season. What? We're 1-3. We're not going to make the playoffs. We won't. We will not. This team is not ready to go in the beginning of football games. And the defense honestly played great today. They were put in a lot of terrible positions, and they let up some touchdowns because they were tired in the first half, and in the second half, they slammed them shut. Max Crosby needs so much help. He does it all by himself. The referees were terrible in this game, too. The Jacoby Myers pass interference was terrible because that happened on the last play to Jacorian Bennett. And again, I'm not complaining about that too much because we should have been in that position to begin with. And then the crackback block penalty was insane, too. I don't know. It just feels like the same thing every single game. And, definition of insanity. I would start Aiden the rest of the season. Jimmy, what's the point? Who cares? We're not going to make the playoffs. Why would you throw Jimmy out there? I honestly really liked what I saw from Aiden. He made a couple good reads. He stuck some balls in there. He made some rookie mistakes, but that's going to happen, man. That's going to happen. He wasn't a high draft pick. And he played pretty decent. He played way better than Bryce Young has done this season. Right? I don't know. We play next week. I don't even know. Green Bay, that's a loss. I don't know. There's just every game that we continue to lose by one possession, it further drives a knife. Further drives a knife into every Raider player's heart, into every Raider fan's heart. It's an abusive relationship. I feel like I get beat up every Sunday, and then at the end they're like, "Oh, but I love you. See, we almost won." It's awful. It's terrible. We don't deserve it. We just started a rookie fourth rounder against the Los Angeles Chargers, and we were in position to win that game. And we're running the ball. And we're passing the football. 1st and goal, 5-yard line. When we finally figured out the run game. I don't know. The only game we won was against the Denver Broncos, who were one of the worst teams in the league. And we lost to the Steelers, who just got blown out by the Texans. I don't know how we got here. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Start over? I want Ben Johnson. That should be our next head coach. Subscribe if you're new. Leave likes, drop comments. I guess I'll see you when I see you. I don't know.